Hi everyone, I'm Jim Aku Brimstone and welcome to the review of The Battle of Los Angeles, the third studio record by the band Rage Against the Machine. Today we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the record, so decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. I've already reviewed their debut record back in 2022 for their 30th anniversary. Go check that out. My story with this band is quite simple. I've been listening to their music since like 2000, 2001 because my siblings had all of their CDs. I remember listening to the first record and I was like, this is amazing. Back then I didn't understand English at all because it's my third language, but I loved the vocal performance, the music, just everything about it. That's how it all started. Then I remember watching music videos on the TV for Sleep Now in the Fire, Freedom, Bulls on Parade. That song was actually my favorite back when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Good times. Anyways, let's focus on the band. This is their last record with original music because the next one, Renegades, was released after the band has broken up and it had only covers. This one apparently was recorded in over a month, as you can see here, in 1998. I wonder if that's actually true because Rage Against the Machine is known for staying a long while in the studio. On their second record, Evil Empire, I feel like they've been in the studio for over a year, maybe 2, crafting 11 songs, so yeah. It's hard to imagine them coming up with 12 songs in under a month, but maybe they've done it, who knows. Also, it's so weird because if this is true, then you had to wait over a year for the record to come out and it was already finished. Like, what the hell, man? As you can see here, the album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and it kept this record from becoming number 1, which is very nice. I am proud of Rage Against the Machine. I don't like Mariah Carey. Hell no, hell no. So when it comes to the lineup, we've got the classic lineup, so Zach on the vocals, Tam on the guitars, Tim on the bass, and Brad Wilk on the drums. The production on the record is tight. It was handled by Brendan O'Brien, the same dude that did Korn Issues record, and I love how natural it sounds like. You can hear every instrument without any problems. I love how the drums sound like, the snare, the cymbals, everything. The bass lines are clearly audible, same with the guitars and the vocals. Everything is mixed perfectly well and it just works. It's a fantastic production that still holds up after all those years. It's way better than modern production. That's just how I feel like. When it comes to the message, well, it's diverse. Most of the songs from this band are political, although we have one song here which is very personal to the vocalist, that's Born of a Broken Man, because it's about his father. Every other song is basically about society, it's against capitalism, it's about injustice in the USA, stuff like that, war for profit, all of that stuff. What I love about this band the most is the fact that you can enjoy them on different levels. Like I did when I was 4 years old. I did not understand the lyrics at all because I did not understand the language, but I love the vocal performance and the music. And when you understand the lyrics, it like adds to the music because the lyrics are great. When it comes to the structure, it's basic, standard intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. That's it. When it comes to the music on this record, you could describe it as a mix of rap metal, funk metal, and nu metal. Exactly the same stuff that you could hear on the previous 2 records. Now let's talk about the individual tracks on the record. The album opens up with Testify, and well, when it comes to the band's performance on this song, and the entire record in fact, the drumming is phenomenal. The drums and the bass, they work so well, they're like in sync with each other, they carry the music. The bass is audible, the bassist has some very cool bass lines, funky, cool, always in the background, you can clearly hear him. He mostly plays different stuff from the guitarist. The drummer Brad is on fire. I love his groove, the style, the precision of his playing. Hell yeah. Next we've got Tom and his guitar stuff. I must say that the guitar riffs on this record are tasty, juicy. I love how heavy but also groovy they are. And what I love the most about this band and the guitar work is the weird noises Tom is doing with his guitar, you know. Some of the guitar solos on this record do not even use a guitar. He's just like moving the cable from the guitar on his fingers like tu, and it makes the noise. It's just so cool. Like if you're going to watch Testify played live, check out how he's playing the guitar solo. It's so funny, so original, and it holds up to this day. So yeah, the guitar playing is phenomenal. And last but not least, the vocals by Zach. Well, he's a classic vocalist, so distinct with his voice. The rapping, the screaming, the yelling, the whispering, it's all here and I love it. I would prefer if he would shout and scream more, but his more mellow vocals are also fun. And the rapping is on fire as usual, you know, he's got the bars, the cool lyrics, it's all here. Now going back to Testify, this is a fantastic opener. I love the build up at the beginning, like and then the main motive comes up, you know, the main guitar riff. I wonder if I'm going to get copyright strike because of this. So yeah, I love the intro, the vocals, just everything about this song. The music video is fantastic. The chorus, you know, now testify, it's right outside your door. Every single piece of music and vocals on this track slaps. A fantastic opener, not as much as Bump Track, because Bump Track is like phenomenal, it's one of my favorite songs, but this one is a close second. So yeah, legendary track, 11 out of 10. Guerrilla Radio. This one is also fantastic. It has a music video, it's a single. I love the guitar riffs here, the bass lines, the drumming, the vocals. The chorus is my favorite part, and the bridge, you know, all hell can't stop us now. I'm actually not quite sure, but I feel like this song or Calm Like a Bomb are featured in the Matrix Reloaded movie, because in the original Matrix it ends up with Wake Up from the first record. Anyways, Guerrilla Radio, great stuff. When I was a small little boy, I thought he didn't say Guerrilla but Goya, you know, the monkey. So I was like, Guerrilla Radio. It still cracks me up after all those years. Anyways, shout out to Dutch MZFK. This is his favorite song from Rage Against the Machine. We did a Vocalist Gone Rogue episode with this song. You can find it on my YouTube channel, so just type it in, like Rage Against the Machine, Vocalist Gone Rogue. I'm sure it's going to come up. It's something special. You should watch it. Anyways, Guerrilla Radio, fantastic song. 11 out of 10. Calm Like a Bomb. This one is also fantastic. Not as great as the previous two songs, but I do love the atmosphere of this one, the guitar melodies, the vibe of the verses, and that cool noise. Wow, waka woo, waka woo, waka woo, wow, waka woo, waka woo. Come like a bomb, and I. Those vocals, you know, the night. Great stuff. What else can I say? This is a fantastic song. I feel like the bridge part is kinda not on the same level as everything else in the song. That's why I'm only giving it 10 out of 10. But it's fantastic. Mic check, 1, 2. Yeah, This is probably the most atmospheric song on the album. You know, those beautiful, serene guitar parts. And then the funky bass in the background. Wow. Great vocals, great bridge, great everything. Yeah, it's as good as the previous song. 10 out of 10. Sleep Now in the Fire. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah! So yeah, I love this one. I remember watching the music video for it when I was like 4 or 5, and I just loved it. It was so funny. And yeah, the story about this song in the music video, how the band got arrested basically, you have to watch that stuff, read about it, it's interesting. This is my favorite song on the album. I love the main guitar riff because it has punch and energy to it. It sounds like the first record for me. And yeah, the verses, "The world is my desire, Aurelia, aspecta, Aurelia, I don't remember the lyrics, but it's so fun. Heroes of Hiroshima, sleep now in the fire. 11 out of 10. Born of a Broken Man, the most personal song from this band. It's very sad. I love the main guitar riff and the chorus. Born of a broken man, not of a broken man. Doom dum 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 dum. Wow, wow. That noise in the background. Wow, wow. It's so nostalgic to me. This is a beautiful song. I wish that the verses had better vocals, because the whispering there, it's not as good as everything else. But besides that, this is a classic. I would have given it 11 out of 10, but I feel like the verses kinda drag it down a little bit. Like, it's still perfect, but it's not above, perfection. That's all. 10 out of 10. Born as Ghost. This one is much more heavier. It brings back the chunky guitar riffs. Something like that. Born as Ghost. Born as Ghost. Great stuff. The verse is kinda weird, but the chorus and the bridge slaps, the weird guitar noises. It's all here. When I was small, I would always confuse this song with the previous one because they both start with the word born. 10 out of 10. Maria, again, fantastic melodies, very atmospheric track. Love the bass, the drumming, the vocals. Another fantastic classic Rage Against the Machine song. I feel like this one is a little bit underrated. I never hear people talk about it for some reason. Why not? Give it a shot. 10 out of 10. Voice of the Voiceless. Now this song is apparently very important because of the lyrics, but I am going to surprise you. I feel like this is the worst Rage Against the Machine track ever as original music, not as a cover. It's a little bit generic, like you can feel like this is a filler song. That's just my opinion, that's how I feel about it. I've had 23 years to listen to this one. I've heard it thousands of times and it never grasps my heart and attention as much as every other song on this record. I can get through it, I do enjoy it for the most part, but it's just a good song, nothing more, nothing less. When you have a band like Rage Against the Machine where almost every song prior to this point was a banger, like I feel like the weakest song was something from Evil Empire that I would give like 8 out of 10, something like that. But this one is below that, so it's weird, but I do enjoy it. I guess I'm going to piss off some people, but I feel like the album would benefit if this song was like removed, because it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's kinda like not on the same level as everything prior on the record. Yeah, that's how I feel. 7 out of 10. New Millennium Homes. It's not the best song here, not by a long shot, it's actually the second worst one, but I do love the vocal performance here, the outro, the chorus slaps, just the verses and the intro, it's like, it kinda again sounds like a filler song, like something that you would cut out from the album, but I do enjoy it, kinda on the same level as Settle for Nothing from the debut album. It's okay, I do enjoy it more than Voice of the Voiceless, and that's basically it. Again, a song that I would remove from the track list and just put it as a bonus track, because I do enjoy that it exists, but I feel like it's just not on the same level as every other song on the album. 8 out of 10. Ashes in the Fall. Fantastic weird guitar sounds, the intro, the vocals, this is the new sound, old sound, great stuff. The screaming, the bridge part with the heavier guitar riffs, you know, the explosion of heaviness, love that stuff. Everything about this song slaps. When I was small and young boy, this was my favorite song of this record with Sleep Now in the Fire. Nowadays it's kinda different, I enjoy other songs more, but this one still remains one of the highlights on the album. Love everything about it, 11 out of 10. And the final song on the standard edition, War Within a Breath, that's real death! This one kinda reminds me of Freedom because again, it packs some punch, you know, it has energy, it has heaviness. Love the screaming and the vocals, the intro, doom to doom doom, doom to doom doom, and then the cool chorus, War Within a Breath, that's the end of that. Great stuff. Love everything about this one. Another very underrated song, that's just how I feel, should be more celebrated because of the vocal performance, the bass lines, the drumming, the guitar riffs. It's all here. A fantastic way to end a record. I feel like this is the second best closer in Rage's discography. The first one is Freedom, then this one, then The Year of the Boomerang. I feel I remember that title correctly. And the cover record, well, Renegades is an album that I never actually remember. I feel like it's the weakest Rage album because Renegades is like a collection of covers that I'm not even sure the band was like, yeah, it's released that. Maybe the label was like, we need to get more money from Rage Against the Machine, so let's release that stuff. That's how I feel. I don't consider Renegades the fourth album. It's like a compilation of covers for me. It's great, but it's obviously the weakest part of Rage's discography. That's all. Now let's move on to the bonus track, a song called No Shelter. This one was already released in 1998 for the Godzilla movie. Godzilla, whatever. If you saw that movie, it was an adventure for sure. I feel like it had Jean Reno, you know, the French actor. He was fantastic, he's always fantastic, but the movie was garbage. It was like, it wasn't that great. Still, it's nice that Rage had a song for the movie, and it's actually quite funny because this song, this is Godzilla, it's like, Godzilla, bleh, fuck it. I was like, this is hilarious. The track, on the other hand, is nothing special. It sounds like a filler track. It's slightly below New Millennium Homes for me, but it's above Voice of the Voiceless because of the great screaming in the chorus and the outro. The verses, very boring actually, not that interesting, but everything else is on point, the lyrics, the mood, yeah. It's a good song, 7.5 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting, group reliability, yeah, it's a masterpiece. I enjoyed this record from beginning to the end. Sure, Voice of the Voices and New Millennium Homes are not on the same level as every other song here, and I would love for them to be removed from the tracklist, but these aren't songs that break consistency or flow. They are quite nice, just not as good as everything else. I feel like every Rage album should have had only 10 songs, you know. Evil Empire should have cut one of the tracks, I don't remember which one, and you know, the first record was perfect the way it was. And this one, yeah, I would just remove those 2 songs because everything else just slaps. No Shelter, yeah, I'm kinda glad it's not on the album. It's just a good song. Everything else is beautiful. Testify, Sleep Now in the Fire, War Within a Breath, Ashes in the Fall, Guerrilla Radio, Come Like a Bomb, Born of a Broken Man, Born as Ghost. Those are my favorite songs on the record. Also Maria and Mic Check. So what else can I say? Listen to this record today, celebrate its anniversary. If you enjoyed this video, go give it a like and subscribe. Comment down if you also love this record or not. Follow me on my Instagram, links in the description. I will post there today this record because I own it and yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, that's all. See you in my other videos. Bye!